Hello, my dear students. Today I am going to talk about a very important aspect of human communication, that is letter writing. I am going to emphasize on the mechanics of a good letter, methods and style of official letter, business letter. The invention of so many modern means of communication such as telephone, fax, etc. has not lessened the importance of communication by letter. It is because the letter maintains the personal touch, serves as a record and as a means of keeping others informed. Whenever you join a profession, you will have to write dozens of letters every day as part of your routine work. Many of those letters would be written to people whom you have never met before and whom you may never meet in the future. In view of this, it is all the more important for you to develop the skill for writing effective letter. The succeeding lines and the paragraphs deal with the various aspects of letter writing to make you master the craft of letter writing. Mechanics of a good letter. The qualities essential for a good letter are correctness, clarity, conciseness, courtesy, consideration, completeness, coherence, compactness, confidence, friendliness, directness, and vigor. Always look for these qualities in your letter. Along with these qualities, a thorough knowledge of the style, structure, format, layout, etc. of the letter will make you a good correspondent. The opening sentence of the letter is very important. It should go straight to the point, avoid roundabout beginning. A straight to the point beginning will enable you to catch the attention of the reader, which is very important. Always avoid participial openings like Roman 1, replying to your letter of the Roman 2, referring to your communication. Like the opening sentence, the closing lines of the letter is also very important. The closing lines should not be a meaningless formality. It should add something to the letter. As in the case of the opening, participial closing should be always avoided. Always avoid formal and verbose language. Remember that there is no special language for writing letter. It is merely the everyday English adapted to the needs of effective letter writing. The adaptation is made for the purpose of clarity and organization. Here are some examples of verbose expressions and their corrected forms. Roman 1, as per your instruction, should be written as instructed. Roman 2, beg to acknowledge should be replaced with acknowledge. And Roman 3, in view of the fact that should be replaced by because or since. Always use short sentence and paragraphs to make your letter easy to read and understand. Always avoid unnecessary words and phrases. Unnecessary words and phrases lead to misunderstanding and confusion. The following are the examples of such expressions. Roman 1, it came at a time when we were busy. This expression could be replaced by it came when we were busy. Again, another example is during the year of 1947. This expression again could be replaced by in 1947. Again, another example is the expression during the course of the campaign. This expression could be replaced by during the campaign. Do not use synonymous words and phrases. Synonymous words and expressions make your thought less effective. For example, sincere and good wishes. Number 2, the first and foremost. Number 3, deeds and action. Also, avoid using favorite expressions. There is a tendency in all of us to use our favorite expressions again and again. Take the example of a person working in the records wing of a department. He will always have the tendency to use the expression quote according to our records unquote again and again in his correspondence. Overuse of such expressions should be avoided as it makes the letter boring and monotonous. Always use simple words and phrases. High sounding and difficult words have no place in letter writing. Simple words and phrases do better than difficult words in letter. Also, use appropriate words and expressions for all your thoughts. In this context, a large vocabulary is helpful as it will enable you to use different words to express different sets of meaning. A simple example is that you can write about the aroma of a cigar, the fragrance of a flower, the odor of gas, instead of the word smell. Use positive expressions and avoid negative ones. Negative expressions humiliate or belittle the reader. Negative expressions make the letter drab and colorless. Here are some examples of negative expressions and their positive form. Negative expression. We cannot quote the price unless we get the latest price list. Positive expression. We shall be glad to quote a price as soon as we receive the price list. Again, another example of negative expression is we cannot ship these goods before 8 August. Its positive expression is we shall ship the goods on or after 8 August. It is now clear that writing a letter calls for greater tact and imagination. You can write letter effectively only when you have learned all the aspects of letter writing. Now I am going to talk about the methods and style of official letter, business letter. Letters may be broadly divided into personal letter, business letter and official letter. Personal letters are those which are written to friends and relatives and they are intimate in tone. On the other hand, business and official letters are letters written for specific purpose by business houses and officials. Business letters and official letters are similar in all respects except that the official letter is slightly more formal. While personal letter is friendly and intimate, business and official letters are formal. There are various styles and methods of writing business and official letters. Choosing a particular style is a matter of individual taste and preference. There are 5 basic styles. They are the indented style, the block style, the complete block style, the semi-block style, the hanging indented style. You may find these 5 styles by other names in other books, but they are the same. First, I shall talk about the indented style. This is perhaps the oldest style of letter. In it, each new element is indented 2 to 4 space. Because of the indentation, it is time consuming, but the time loss is compensated by the pleasing appearance of this style of letter. In this style, date, complementary clause and signature are aligned with the right margin. The others are aligned with the left margin. The block style. In the block style, the date, complementary clause and signature are aligned on the right margin, and other parts except the letterhead are aligned with the left margin. In this style, division between the parts and the paragraphs are indicated by double spacing, whereas there is single spacing within each part and paragraph. As all parts including paragraphs begin from left margin, it saves time. It has the advantage of the full block style without its disadvantage. Now, the complete block style. This is the most modern style of writing business and official letter. There is no indentation in any part. All parts except letterhead begins from left margin. It saves time as there is no indentation. Division of parts and paragraphs are done by double spacing. Even though this style saves time, it appears imbalanced and heavy on the left side. The semi-block style. It is like the block style except that in this style the beginning of the paragraph is indented. The date and complementary clause are on the right side. The salutation and complementary clause are followed by a comma. The hanging indented style. It is like the block style except that the first line of each paragraph is aligned with the left margin and all the other lines are indented 4 or 5 spaces. It has an unusual appearance and is rarely used. The mastery over these styles of business, an official letter will be complete only after you acquaint yourself with the structure or the different parts of the letter. The knowledge of the different parts and their position in the letter will enable you to write business and official letter effectively. The following parts constitute the structure of a business and official letter. Number 1, heading. Number 2, date. Number 3, reference. Number 4, inside address. Number 5, attention line. Number 6, subject. Number 7, salutation. Number 8, body. Number 9, complementary clause. Number 10, signature. Number 11, identification marks. Number 12, enclosure. Now I shall talk elaborately about all of these 12 elements. First, I shall take up heading. Most business organizations and some government offices uses letterheads for correspondence. The letterhead contains the details of the organization such as name, address, telephone, fax number, etc. Number 2, date. Some letterhead contain a printed line indicating where the date should be written in a letter. Number 3, reference. Some letterhead contain 2 lines of reference aligned with the left margin. Write the receiver's reference against the first line and your reference number against the second line. It is written 4 to 5 spaces below the last line of the letterhead. Number 4, inside address. The full address of the person or organization you are addressing. It is written 2 spaces below the reference line. Number 5, attention line. It appears 2 spaces below the inside address. To ensure prompt attention, a letter addressed to a firm or company is marked to a particular officer, either by designation or name. Number 6, subject. It is written between the attention line and salutation. The purpose of this line is to let the readers know the message of the letter promptly. Number 7, salutation. After subject comes salutation. The salutation is a form of greeting. Some common forms of salutations are dear sir, dear sirs, dear madam, dear madams, etc. Number 8, body. It is the main part of the letter. The content and message of the letter is expressed in the body. Number 9, complementary clause. It is the polite way of ending a letter. It is written 2 spaces below the last line of the body on the right side of the letter. Some common form of complementary clause are yours faithfully, yours sincerely, yours truly, yours obediently, etc. Number 10, signature. It is the sign name of the writer below the complementary clause. The name of the writer is generally written 4 or 5 spaces below the closing line so that enough space is provided for signature. Number 11. Identification marks. This mark is put on the left margin, some space below the last line of the letter. Initials of the person who typed the letter and who dictated the letter is put here. Number 12. Enclosure. If there is anything attached to the letter, it must be indicated against the enclosure line. It appears 2 spaces below the identification mark. So, these are the 12 elements of a letter. Your skill for writing effective business and official letter will be complete only after you learn the various expressions to be used in the letter. These have already been dealt with in the mechanics of letter. Correspondence by means of letter has always been an important part of human enterprise. It still occupies an important position in today's fast-moving, ultra-modern society. Therefore, the mastery over the skill of writing effective business and official letter is a great asset. So, this is all about letter writing. Thank you.